Hello Libra, and welcome to your reading for the weeks of August the 20th through the 2nd of September 2024. This is a reading if you are Libra Sun, Libra Moon, Libra Rising, or have another significant Libra placement in your chart. If you're new to this channel, welcome. It's good to have you. And if you're returning, welcome back. This is a full horoscope spread that we are doing based on the 12 houses of astrology. I'm taking a little bit different view for those of you who are regular viewers. I've decided to take a different angle on the table here so you get a better look at the cards. If you do like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe and hit the notification bell if you want to be notified about these videos. This is still a growing channel, so once I hit 1,000, then I can actually do things like community posts and stuff like that. So that's kind of my first milestone here. So yeah, so if you do enjoy these videos, I also post daily morning coffee live streams. Now again, whether I post them daily or not, I do them on Instagram, and I do them well, I'm going to start doing them actually this week as of this reading at 7 o'clock in the morning, and I do them from 7 to about 7:45, and they address different topics, and I do another daily reading during that morning coffee live stream, and I talk about whatever's coming up either in my coaching practice or in channeled messages or different things. I do channel Archangel Azrael, and I also have videos of that on this channel as well. So if you find this stuff interesting, then if you want to subscribe, that would be much appreciated and very helpful. All links to my website, and if you want to know more about my work, including my work with Azrael, but also what kinds of things I am proficient in and what services I offer in terms of readings, astrology, human design, things like that. And also I do what they call transitional services. All that's on my website, which is in the description box below. And it also, I have the links to my social media page, so you know where to find me on Instagram and on Facebook. So, okay, with all that business out of the way, I do believe that the last time I was talking about this week period that we've just come out of. Now, Libra, this may have been quite a difficult one for you because there was a mutable grand cross. Now, I'd heard various things about it. And to be honest, the last time I did a reading, and even when I did last week's readings, I wasn't totally keyed into exactly what was going on. They were talking about a T-square, but it was actually a grand cross, and it affected a lot of the mutable signs. Actually, no, you wouldn't have been one of the ones directly affected, depending on maybe when your birthday is, maybe if you're more of a late September birthday, because certainly it was Gemini, Virgo, Sagittarius, and Pisces. Or anyone within had planets within 17 degrees somewhere in their chart within those particular signs would have been hammered in some way by this grand cross that just hit. And just taking an initial look at your reading, we do see difficulties here in the 8th house. Okay, this is our 8th house connected to this is the house of transformations and changes. And with Seth, yeah, it seems like there have been some upsets. Buckle of Isis, this is a period of initiation. It's a period of sacrifice. There's something that maybe you've had to let go of and give up. Okay, so this is coming up here. And there may have been separations from people or in particular situations. Now, of course, you do have the winged disc overall here. And so with the winged disc overall, I mean, this is actually a nice placement for it. To have it right in the center of your reading means no matter what other opposition you have, everything's going to be fine. So that's the good news here. I am going to clarify this reading. For those of you who are not familiar with how I do this, I will clarify this cartouche reading. This is Murray Hope's Way of Cartouche deck. I am going to clarify it with tarot deck. This week I am using the Mystical Cats Tarot. And then our follow-up deck this week is going to be a new deck I have, which is the Archangel Fire Oracle, just as a kind of extra summary. So yeah, right now you're not really feeling like you exactly know who you are. We have Nephthys in the 1st house. And a 1st house Nephthys is, yeah, there's definitely, there's confusion about our identity. There's things that have yet to be revealed, things that we have not yet seen. And so we may be pulling back. We may want it to be a little bit hidden right now, maybe not going out in front of people so much, as we try to sort these things out, as we try to figure out what our next moves are, where we're going to go. Water is in your 2nd house, so there may be a case of money flowing in and flowing out again just as quickly. But this can also indicate a change in your financial situation. So if it has not been good, water would be good because it would be the end of a static situation. There wouldn't be the stagnation that you normally would have if you're just stuck in the same old financial loop with something. Okay, now there seems to be, looking at certain things that are around home and family. We do have the Lotus card here, so maybe there has been some anxiety over family issues. The Lotus seems to indicate peace coming in. This is definitely a card of getting rid of anxiety, kind of taking things down a notch, and focusing on having a place where you feel at home, where you feel calm and centered. So if your home has not been feeling that way recently, there's definitely a strong suggestion here of maybe meditation. And yeah, again, we're seeing this idea of a timeout. So there may be just some things where you just kind of need to take a timeout and relax. Yeah, something with creative projects here. I mean, Sphinx, you've got this, there's something about a creative project that you're keeping secret right now, maybe not sharing with people. If you are, in fact, a creative person, Sphinx would indicate that whatever you're doing right now, it's sort of like, okay, maybe you're working towards something and you want to keep it to yourself right now. This can also indicate in this house, for some of you, if you are looking for love, this can indicate a secret admirer when Sphinx shows up. Either Sphinx or Urias shows up. That can indicate somebody who is being passive or who is not saying anything, but it does sound like there is somebody who may be watching but not saying anything right now. It's possible that this is you too. You might be seeing somebody and thinking about someone, but not making your intentions or your interest obvious. You have Anubis in your own house, or your own Libra house, and that indicates, yeah, again, there's this idea of keeping boundaries, like putting up walls, and not necessarily in a very aggressive kind of a way. Anubis is very friendly and very communicative, but you may be feeling a need to protect yourself on the relationship front right now. Now, if you're somebody who's married, it could be that, yeah, maybe you and your spouse are keeping some boundaries. I mean, it happens in every relationship, even good relationships. Sometimes people need a little space to figure things out. And again, if you are indeed in this position of trying to figure stuff out, that would make a lot of sense. It can also indicate potential travel for a spouse too, if you are married. So, because Anubis is a card of travel, so that is definitely possible. And if there is travel, then it would mean safety during travel, if that's the case. Now on the job front, okay, now again, it's going to depend. There's really 3 houses I look at for job. I look at the 3rd house, I look at the 6th house, and I look at the 10th house. Because the 3rd house would be about self-effort. So if you were in your own business or had your own side hustle or something like that, that would show up here. If you work for somebody, if you're in, because this is the area of service to others, that would show up in the 6th house. 6th house also has to do, this is Virgo house, it also can have to do with health and healing, and also with the things that we may worry about is often connected to this house. And the 10th house is about your career, really. I mean, job versus career, like what you want to be known for, what legacy you're going to leave the world, okay? There's also, we have this, also have the Sagittarius house. We have the 9th house, that's Jupiter energy. So this deals with expansion and has to deal with ways in which we are, in which we are looking to grow either spiritually or intellectually, okay? Because this is about higher education. It's about spirituality and spiritual organizations of all types. It's also about long distance travel. So what I'm seeing here when I look at this kind of collective here, I do feel like there is something that you may be doing. Bastet shows you reaching out to others. Now this is a very friendly and very social card. So if you are somebody who's in business, maybe you're having events, maybe this has to do with attending a conference or doing something like that. Like I said, there's a very social aspect, and there's also this kind of caution in your dealings with people. Again, this is a very friendly card, but it's also telling you to keep your wits about you, to keep your instincts. During this time, we're still going, well, you'll be coming out of Mercury retrograde, actually, the 27th of August. Mercury retrograde is supposed to be ending, though we are in a post-shadow period. So you may still be showing a little bit of caution in communications with people. You do seem to have some increased visibility. For some people with this crook and flail in the 6th house, this could be a promotion at work. On the health front, this could mean getting more disciplined, deciding, okay, I'm going to be more focused on, diet, exercise, drinking more water, all the things that we're supposed to do, they're supposed to be good, especially if we've had a time where we've maybe been a little bit more, where we've maybe indulged a little bit more. This may be saying that we may want to try to get back into some kind of a regimen. And the twins in the 10th house is interesting because it suggests some kind of a partnership. So I don't know if this is, then you're partnering with somebody at work to get something done, or partnering in your career. Like maybe you're going to go into a business venture with somebody, or maybe you're working on a joint project with somebody, possibly the thing you're being quiet about down here. But there's definitely the sense of success that's being found in business through cooperation with another person or with others. Now, Earth is interesting in the 9th house because to me, for some of you, you might be educators, or you might work for a college or university, or maybe you're even traveling for something connected to business or finance. But Earth is showing to me that whenever I see the Earth card, it indicates that there's money coming out of this particular segment. For some of you, maybe it is spirituality if you have a kind of job that that deals with that. It doesn't have to be specifically related to, say, a church or a synagogue or a mosque or anything like that. It can also just be working in alternative healing modalities or something. A lot of that can also be connected in with that, especially if it's connected into some kind of spiritual system or spiritual healing. But it does seem like there's money coming from that segment for some of you. Now, you have Pyramid over here in the 11th house. So that's the house of Aquarius, and that is has to do with your friendships, and it also has to do with your goals. Now, Pyramid, okay, in the one hand, Pyramid has to do with something that's going to take time, but it can also indicate friendships or associations that may be tested. Okay, so I've been seeing this quite a lot for people. Like a lot of it will depend on, I feel like with this recent Grand Cross and where this recent full moon hit your chart, it's going to depend where the biggest impact is going to be. But there could be some tests with friendships. Certainly, if this has to do with your goals, this is saying, Pyramid is saying, I think something may take some time. Time will resolve all difficulties or challenges. So it may just be that some patience is required. Earth over here too, if anybody's thinking about traveling or taking a pleasure trip, you could be saving money for that. That might be why Earth is there. But I always feel like as far as actually traveling somewhere, I feel like Earth is more about staying put right now. There does seem to be, you've got a lot of emotion here in the 12th house. There's a lot of activity. Fire has a purifying kind of tone to it. It can also be an inspiration. And the 12th house is where we have all of our spiritual growth. It can be our house of self-undoing. So with the fire there, I've been seeing this in a lot of charts. There may be, be careful about communications in terms of maybe losing your temper or something like that, because sometimes fire indicates this is the house of what's hidden. So there may be some hidden passions that are coming up, especially if any of you have Mars in the 12th house. 12th house Mars, right now Mars is conjunct Jupiter. So if you happen to have that placement in your chart, anywhere within 17 degrees of the sign, again, depending on what sign it is, if you have that house, if that house is either Gemini, Virgo, Sagittarius, or Pisces, or if it literally is Pisces, there could be some, we are basically just getting past a supermoon where there could have been a lot of explosive emotions, and maybe there's a lot that you're kind of keeping a lid on. Yeah, and again, this buckle of Isis over here makes me wonder what that's about, because it does seem like there may have been a significant there's been a significant challenge of some kind, or something that has caused a significant amount of anxiety, some transition, some big transition or change. And with the buckle of Isis, there's definitely the sense here of I don't know, something that you've done, some kind of loss or something that's been given up. But buckle of Isis indicates that whatever it is, it seems to be for a good. It can indicate growth of the sacrifice, doing things for a good cause. Trying to kind of home in on it. I have a feeling there could be a little bit more of a traumatic interpretation of that for some people. But I don't know. I don't feel like it's something I want to particularly say on a channel. I wanted to see how this was going to get clarified before I comment on that, because I feel like for some people, they might have had a loss recently. Some people might have miscarried or something like that. Like, it's more that kind of an energy, and I don't want to assume that that's what it means, though. It came into my head that might be possible that might be a very specific message for somebody if that's happened recently. It may be just saying, that there's things to be, there's healing that maybe that's going to be done as a result of that. But I feel like the more general meaning of that, we have it with the Eight of Swords here, which is the Eight of Sky in this card, in this deck. And this is really about mental traps. So I feel like this is more about whatever's happened. I'm hoping that other interpretation is not really the one. Well, it's interesting because down here I do see, they call it the floating cat, but it's the Hanged Man card with Sphinx. So again, there's this idea of being in suspension, of not moving on something, or sacrifice that's needed to move something ahead. And that may be the case here. Like, you may feel, there may have been some big recent change that's made you feel stuck. But with the Eight of Sky here, I feel like this is like a mental trap. Again, I feel like it's just one of the things that seems to be happening right now is that we, with the kind of energy that's been going on this month, which has been really, really powerful and really potent and intense. One of the things that we have to watch out for, and you are an air sign, so getting caught in excessive mental energy, getting yourself stuck in a mental trap where you think there's no way out. This card is an interesting interpretation of that, because you see the cat here, and this cat is, he's under a branch, really. He's kind of stuck under this branch. And really, I mean, all he has to do is kind of roll over and get out from under the branch. He's not really trapped, but right now all he sees is this on top of him, and he thinks that he is stuck. But he, in fact, isn't stuck. He just needs to think about the situation differently, and that's usually what it's telling you to do. And actually, so is the Hanged Man. There's some situation, it could have to do with love, it could have to do with something creative, something where you're feeling stuck, and it's saying that stuckness will move. They're both actually saying that things are going to be transformed and moved by thinking about things differently, or by taking the mind out of the equation. With fire here, you have even more fire. You've got the Ten of Fire. So this is being overwhelmed, overburdened. Like, there's too much. So I feel like unconsciously you just feel like things are too much right now. Maybe you shut down. And this is interesting because we have the twins up here about this working together, but you've got this Two of Sky. So again, there's this stalemate here. There's a sense of indecision, like maybe something's on offer here and you're thinking, I don't know if I should move ahead with it right now. But I feel like with Two of Sky, I mean, things are in a peaceful situation, but they are at an impasse. A decision is going to have to be made about what you're going to do here. Well, this is nice, though. In Pyramid, you have the Ten of Sea over here in the 11th house. So this is a really, really nice card to get here. This is a wish card, and it's in the wish house. Okay, so this does indicate a wish granted, and this is also about happy family, happy community. Very strong and happy community card here. So it seems like whatever challenges you've been dealing with, you are on the road to getting what you wish for. And this will be in a community of support. It will not be you by yourself. Okay, with the Earth card over here, we have the Ace of Fire. This is the Ace of Wands card. So yeah, this with Earth here, I don't know. Like, this is almost like something that you're trying to grow. And again, I don't know if this means going back to school. I don't know if this means having to do with traveling somewhere or taking a job that's far away. I don't know if it has to do with something with spirituality, but there is a very strong inspiration here. Like, you are at the beginning of a new project or a new phase or something where you are very fired up, okay? But right now you may feel overwhelmed, but there's something here that's very, very inspirational to you, and it's showing up in the Sagittarius house. And maybe it's something that you feel is going to provide stability of some kind, because you do have Earth, or maybe it's an idea to relocate somewhere where you're going to feel more stable. Okay, I'm just looking down, just with respect to that, I'm looking at the 4th house. Okay, we have the Empress here in the 4th house. So I don't know if this worry has been about the mother in some way, because Lotus would be saying, well, don't worry about the mother, like peaceful continuity, things will be okay. So if there's been some kind of a situation that concerns the mother, because the Empress is very strongly the mother card in the mother house. It can also indicate if the mother is literally not involved. This could indicate that you are, that with the Empress here, you are planting seeds for something. Again, we've kind of got that Earth energy that maybe you are trying to establish this kind of home situation for yourself, where you feel at home, where you nurture yourself, where you nurture the people around you. Okay, this is interesting. You've got the Gemini card in the Gemini house, which is the Lovers. And again, we have this idea of decision. This could be communicating with somebody with who there's a love interest, especially with Bast here, because Bast can be about happiness and love and sociability. So maybe there is somebody you're chatting to right now, or maybe somebody you're meeting, maybe you're dating or something even, where there is some kind of love here. But although, again, we do have this, it's interesting. You've got the card 12 here and you've got card 21 here. So that's almost like when I add those up as like a number, it's like a number 3 that comes up here in connection with this. But it could be a situation where you're talking with somebody, but maybe things don't feel like they're moving forward. And yeah, with Anubis here and somebody who is, might be protecting themselves or protecting their interests, the Moon card here would definitely suggest something where, what's going on is not clear. Sometimes this card shows up when there's an infatuation with somebody. If you're somebody looking for love. But the Moon does seem to indicate a situation connected to a relationship where where it's going is not clear right now. And you may, again, have to rely more on your intuition. Though it does feel to me like there is some friendly conversation going on with somebody. It's just, it seems like there's something that's stuck here and there's not really movement ahead, and it's not clear how that's going to be resolved yet. Okay, you have Judgment here. They call it the Good Kitty card with the Crook and Flail. So this could indicate something legal. When I see Judgment and I see Crook and Flail, this could be a legal matter related to somebody's health. It could be a legal matter related to work. I don't know if there's people who are signing new contracts or doing things, because as I indicated, Crook and Flail for some people can mean an actual promotion. But this can also be, like I'd said before, about this being more disciplined about health and so forth. Good Kitty could be saying, waking up to a situation or condition and saying, okay, I'm gonna make some decisions. There's a lot of decision making in this one, which I think is really interesting. It's like you're at the point of trying to make decisions. And yeah, so right now you've kind of, this is like you're discovering things, but you have it with the Sun card here. So this is good. This indicates your time to shine is coming in. We're not quite there yet, but you are about to be very visible and very noticed for what you're doing. And that may be precipitating a lot of these decisions, and you may still have a lot of doubt about people and situations right now. But maybe you're feeling overwhelmed. But you really have the possibility here of getting everything that you wish for. Now, we do have the Ten of Sky here with water, so this seems to indicate something coming to an end, and coming to a very sudden end. So I don't know. Ten of Sky sometimes has this attitude of betrayal to it, but with the water card here, I don't know. I don't know if there's a source of income that's going to be coming to an end. I don't know if there's some kind of financial thing that's connected to an ending, or that is connected to, maybe you've been working with somebody financially. Maybe somebody's gotten screwed out of money somewhere. I'm hoping that's not the case. But there definitely seems to be this idea of movement and change, because something connected to your finances is coming to an end. With the water card there, I wouldn't necessarily assume it's a negative. Though with Seth over here in the 8th house, that is the house of joint finances. So it could well be that there has been, maybe there's money, somebody who's been paying you for something or giving you money for something that's going to come to an end soon. I'm not entirely sure here. So, so this is what we have for you in terms of the cards. Let's see what, we got Earth King overall. That's what I didn't mention. Yeah, and Earth King is that's a great card. That's a card of stability. It's a card of financial success. If you're in your own business, that is the successful businessman. There definitely seems to be this idea that you are reaching a point, you are reaching the apex of stability or security with something, and that you are going to be successful in whatever it is that you do. I feel like there's changes, like I said, either to a job or to a relationship. There's a little bit of the family factor that's involved here. But yeah. But overall, I just feel like you are moving towards a place where you're going to be making some good decisions, some very sensible, down-to-earth decisions. With love, it feels like things are kind of still not really clear yet, but you definitely have the propensity to get your wishes, and it does seem like you want to consider working with other people. I don't think this is something that you're going to be doing alone. So I got 2 Archangel cards here with this. I got Fuel and Rikbiel. And let me tell you, I know that Fuel is basically about detoxification. So remember what I said over here. This may be a time, especially in the Virgo house, you may be deciding that it's time that you want to detox. Maybe you haven't been feeling great and you want to do that. It says, messages, allow yourself to be cleansed of all that is no longer serving you in preparation for growth and renewal. If you are contemplating a detox or lifestyle change, this card is validation that you're on the right path, okay? Now, Rick BL is the angel of compassion, okay? And the meaning of this card is, no matter how badly others behave, try to see through the eyes of compassion. Treat others as you wish to be treated and promote harmonious relations. Okay, so yeah, there does seem to be some things around communications. Maybe there's a situation where you felt betrayed or overthinking. But yeah, so this is, and I also feel like this could also be about being forgiving and compassionate towards yourself. Because it does seem like you've kind of reached an impasse. There's decisions to be made. If it's about a relationship, not everything's clear, though it does seem like friendly communications are still going on. There could be a significant change to a financial situation. Decisions that seem to be made have to be made about a job. And, there may be a little bit of an impasse there. But again, with that Jupiter energy, with the Ace of Fire, that just seems to me like that's where the new inspiration is going to come from. That's where something new is happening. So whether you're receiving more education in something, whether you're working in an educational institution, whether this means there's a spiritual organization that's going to provide that grounding for you, there's definitely some kind of an inspiration coming in there. So I would say overall, Libra, I think this is actually very, very good. In spite of recent shakeups and changes, don't get too caught up in the mind and the what ifs and the yes buts and the what ifs. Allow yourself to you don't have to make a move right now on a lot of things. You want to wait and see what's coming up for you. But it does seem to me that you are going to have a lot of decisions to be making, possibly with regard to work and business, possibly with regard to relationships, and everything else. It just looks like you are on track, with the help of others, to gaining your wishes, gaining the community. And it does seem like success in whatever you might be doing creatively or business-wise is going to be involved in working with somebody else who might be able to bring about your wishes here. But this may be something that takes time, and it may be something where you're undecided about it right now. So overall, I would just say, I think the detox idea is definitely a good one. It doesn't have to be a physical detox. It can just be an emotional detox, giving yourself some space to figure out where it is that you're going next. That's it for this particular reading, Libra. Again, if you did enjoy this video or if it was helpful, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe and hit the notification bell if you want to be notified about my videos. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.